Welcome to How Preschool Teachers Do It.
This is Alison Kentos. I am an early childhood educator.
And this is Cindy Tarabush. I am an early childhood consultant.
This podcast is for parents and early childhood professionals.
Let our experience and research-based knowledge become your guide. Hello, preschool peeps.
Hi, peeps.
We welcome you back.
Happy Monday.
Why are we sing-songy?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I was singing
We're
something
going to cut that out.
Too,
We're going to cut that out.
Are you, though?
I am. No, I am.
You're not.
We're going to give a shout out to a couple of places where people are listening to this podcast.
Yes. And one of those places is Dubai.
That's really cool.
I know.
That's really cool.
Really
I would
cool.
love to see Dubai someday.
Yeah, me too. And Shreveport, Louisiana.
Have you been to Louisiana?
I have not.
Me either.
But I want to. I
Me
want to
too.
go. I
Me
think
too.
the food would be amazing.
Yes, I've heard good
Okay.
things about the food.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that there was a professional conference that was going to take place there, but then there was pandemic, and so no
Yeah.
Louisiana
I
for
also
me.
just imagine it being very festive. And I don't know if it's because
Well,
I
you're
have
thinking
Mardi
of New
Gras,
Orleans.
But yeah, I feel like that's a very, like, first off, like a historical
Yeah.
town. And just, I don't know, I just think it would be cool to explore.
It would be
You
cool
know?
to explore. I have a cousin who loves Mardi Gras, but for me, I think it would be a
That-
lot.
Me and my introvertedness, I
think it would
think
be a
I
lot.
would explode.
But I would love to see the place.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe like see that from like a distance if I could.
Maybe.
Just to see, be like, oh, that's what people do. Okay, I'm going back to bed.
I don't know.
But it would be cool. It would be cool.
Okay, so we've established maybe.
Maybe.
Today we're going to talk about something that means a whole lot to me because I
Mm-hmm.
teach it all the time. I teach it on the college level. I teach it during professional development. I teach it just all the time. And that is, what is a positive approach to teaching children about their own behavior?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we're talking about this is because if I go to people and I say to them, what are the characteristics of a positive approach to teaching children about their own behavior, I get a lot of blank stares back. People don't necessarily know what are the characteristics when we say this is a positive approach.
Right.
In a prior episode, though it bears repeating because I have some colleagues who are consistently asking me for the link to this episode. In a prior episode, we talked about how saying no thank you when a child exhibits challenging behavior is not a positive approach.
Yes.
It is not just because you said thank you doesn't make it positive, and it's the wrong use of that phrase. If you're curious
Correct.
about that, find the
It's a
episode
good episode.
that talks about how no thank you is not a positive approach. We want to tell you what is a positive approach in this episode because so many people still struggle to define it. And it does have certain characteristics according to research-based organizations and authors and programs. You know, if you look in websites like Conscious Discipline, Positive Discipline,
Yeah. The pyramid approach.
the pyramid approach, if you look, there's information about what does make this positive. So we're going to share some of that with you during this episode today. And the first one that I want to share, and maybe we'll take turns, but the first one that I definitely want to make sure everyone knows is that if we are approaching children who need to either simply learn about expectations or who have exhibited challenging behavior, we're going to talk to them about their behavior and about expectations. We need to be kind because children learn respect and kindness from what we do.
Right. Like if you want to have respectful children, you need to be respectful of them.
And we have to respect the fact that we also make mistakes,
Correct.
right? These children have, all behavior is communication. Let's start with that.
Yeah.
All behavior is communication. The children are struggling. They're doing the best they can in that moment. The question is, why is that their best? What has happened?
Right.
So we have to approach this with kindness and understanding. Their emotions are huge. They have trouble thinking through their emotions. That's because of brain development.
Right.
Because the thinking centers of the brain are not fully developed yet, but their ability to emote, to express big emotions, whether they're happy or sad or frustrated or mad,
Right.
that's developed already, and so that is what they'll do. So we have to be kind to them and respectful of the fact that they are human beings who sometimes will do great things and sometimes will make mistakes, right?
Yes.
we need to be respectful and kind and recognize that they need our guidance. They're not born knowing any of this.
Right.
But
Right.
a positive approach also provides the children with boundaries.
Yes.
I'm sometimes when I teach about behavior, people think I go out there and say, don't have boundaries. I would never say that.
No.
Never. The children need to know what are the expectations and what are the boundaries. So we are going to respectfully and kindly reinforce boundaries. And those boundaries, by the way, cannot move. The minute you move a boundary,
Yeah.
it doesn't exist anymore.
Yep.
So if I didn't want you to do something today, I also can't permit it tomorrow or the next day. We're going to have a conversation again when it happens. So kind, respectful, providing boundaries, and encouraging, talking to the children in a way where they know that we know they have potential.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Where they know that I know they are capable.
Yes.
So I'm going to encourage them to do the right thing.
Yes.
I'm going to teach it to them in a way that shows them, I know you can do this.
Right.
Right? You can do this, and I know it. I have faith in you.
Right. I feel like believing in children is like the whole foundation of positive approach. Because if you don't believe that they can do it, then they're going to sense that.
Haven't you seen people, though, who work with children who don't seem to have faith in them?
Yes. And it's upsetting for me because I'm like, if you don't believe in them, then why are you here? Right? So like
we learn and grow our whole lives.
Right? So I don't understand. And like I feel like just believing in them could give them so much like strength and power to do so much, like even like long term where they're like, wow, 20 years ago I had this teacher that believed in me and that made all the difference. And I think
people do
that's
say
the
that.
Foundation of
People do say that, by the way.
Yeah,
they do.
Having one person believe in you can give you so much like strength and power and confidence.
Sometimes I'll ask college students to write about like who is your model of a really good teacher?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And what characteristics did that person have? And they'll tell stories about how this person believed in me.
Right. It usually comes down to that. This person believed in me.
Yep.
And it was simple as that. Or like in my classroom, I love like all the kids. Like it's based on love. Like I love you no matter what kind of thing. I believe in you no matter what. And not everybody always has that attitude. I think some teachers go and be like, I can change them. And I'm like, no, I don't want to change you. I love you exactly how you are. We're just gonna.
I believe in your capacity to adjust your behavior.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
You have a capacity. You have one of the things we want children to know, and this is like a little further down the list that we have that I'm glancing at over to my right, is that we want children to know we recognize that they have power.
Yeah.
But that power can be used in good and productive and positive ways.
Yes.
And so we believe, the message we send children is, I believe that you can use your power in really good ways and you can make the decision to do that.
Yes.
Okay. Another characteristic of a positive approach is, which one do you want to do?
Let's do the connection one. They need a connection, provides a sense of belonging and significance.
Children, even though their behavior may be challenging, need to know, I am still your person.
Yes.
And this is still your place.
Yes.
You fully belong here.
Yep.
Even when the chips are down and things went wrong.
Yep.
We're not going to make you feel like an outsider, an other, or someone who is not welcome.
Right. Or that I don't want to be your person anymore because you made a mistake.
Children know when they're not welcome.
Oh, yeah.
And you may never say it to them.
But they know.
But they know if you're feeling like, oh, I like it better when this child is absent, they know that.
Know.
Yeah. So whenever possible, we want the children to get a feeling from us of belonging and that they are significant, that they matter in this group. Yes. Everyone in this group has a role. Mm-hmm. Everyone brings value to this group.
Right.
There are times when after you need to talk to a child about their challenging behavior where you have to reconnect them to the group. Like ask them if they would like to do something that they're really good at.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Like, some children are really good at pushing in the chairs when everyone's walked away from the table. And some children are really good at throwing out the garbage.
Yeah.
Just give them something that helps the group that they're really good at.
Right.
So that they see that we know they bring importance to the whole, the whole group.
Because it's a community, right? And we all have an important part and role in the community. your classroom is a small community, so everybody has
Yes.
their role. And when you give them the confidence to do that role, it makes them be like, oh, I do still have a space here, and I still belong here, and this is my bigger community.
Right. So far we've talked about it's kind, it provides boundaries, it is respectful, and it encourages the children. It teaches them that they can use their power in good and meaningful ways.
Right.
Right? It gives them a sense that they still belong here, even though something happened. You still belong here. This is still your place. I'm still your person.
Right.
You are important to this whole group, and you are connected to
Yes.
us. So we need to provide the children with that sense of connection, which means we don't send them away from us.
Right.
We bring them to us.
us.
Should be no go sit over there.
Yes.
There should be no go to the corner over there and think about what you've done and calm down. None of that. None of that, folks.
Yeah.
They come to us.
Yeah.
And I feel compelled to say this because it happens every time I talk about this. People say to me, well, the children will go to the quiet corner or the cozy corner. That's not what it's for.
Right.
The meaning, the reason behind having a cozy corner is for children to self-select when they want to play alone. It has nothing to do with their behavior.
Right.
It's not supposed to have to do with their behavior, folks.
I do think people are sending them there.
They
Thinking that's
are.
what it is.
When you do that, you are creating disconnection.
Yeah.
You are essentially giving them a time out, which is not allowed in most states anymore.
Right.
Whenever you say, go sit over there, you have disconnected.
Yep.
And now my ability to make them see, I am still your person, you are connected to me, you are connected to this space, and I value you, is gone.
Gone.
Can't do it. And I know that it is like a kind of gut reaction of people to say, go over there, because that's how we were treated.
Right.
That doesn't make it the best thing to do.
Right.
It just doesn't. Okay. Another characteristic, in addition to all those, is that it teaches life lessons.
Yeah.
A positive approach teaches them lessons about how we function in a society. It's a life lesson. Now, that said, some of the social emotional skills we work on our whole lives.
Yes.
As a very full-grown adult, I'm still sometimes learning how to manage my own feelings, how to make friends, how to keep friends, how to interact with others.
Me too.
All of these social emotional skills are something you hone through a lifetime.
Yes.
But if I'm approaching what I need to approach about this class's behavior, this child's behavior, these two children's behavior in a positive way, I have in my mind, I need to make sure they understand the overall life lesson.
Right, because I think what we're doing, like we're saying, it never kind of ends because look at us, we're still learning. But like if you don't give them that like foundation, they have nothing to build it on.
Right.
And I think that's why like people like us who are adults are still maybe trying to figure it all out, because I don't know if when we were kids we were given the foundation, because social emotional wasn't really a thing back then, learning about that. So, and we were very much like go in the corner, like that's what, so I think now we're playing catch up a little bit, but maybe these children don't have to ever play catch up. Maybe we can just give them that foundation and be like, okay, now I can build.
Right.
Right. Hopefully. Yeah.
And finally, there's one more on our list.
Invites children to discover how capable they are and to use their personal power in constructive ways.
We sort of talked about that. I was thinking this one.
Were you pointing
I was
at the other
thinking
one?
this one.
Teaches valuable social emotional skills. Yes, it does.
Including, and like I said, those social emotional skills we work on for a lifetime. But when we approach their behavior in a positive way, we are supporting their understanding of what respect looks like, what it looks like to have concern for other people. Problem solving, because we're going to help talk through whatever the problem was, right? And demonstrate for them, how do I solve that sort of problem? It teaches them accountability. It's not that there won't be consequences necessarily. And we're going to be held accountable for what we've done.
Right.
So it teaches them there's accountability. Even if it's just, you're going to have this conversation with me.
Right. I think accountability goes to honesty too. Like you want to teach them to be honest at all times.
Honest and accountable. It teaches them about the fact that we all contribute to every group that we're in.
Right.
And that you need to be a contributing member of a group. And it teaches them cooperation. Because ultimately, when we're trying to get children to take turns, when we're trying to get children to move over and make space for someone, when we have to talk to children about not pushing, shoving, hitting, biting, then we're teaching them that as a group, we all need to come together and cooperate. So if you take a look at all these characteristics, what does that look like, right? Here's what it looks like in a classroom. A child has hit another child.
Yeah.
I am going to connect with that child and bring them to me. No matter where I am, I'm going to like pull up a chair and go, come and sit by me.
Yeah.
You need to sit by me now.
Yeah.
You may need to help that child calm down.
Yeah.
And then you have to wait till they're calm and help them calm down and wait till they're calm. And once they're calm, I'm going to say to that child, you know, something like, when we hit, it hurts other people's skin.
Right.
They have to learn that other people
feel something when
Right.
they do something, that your actions have
impact. Your
Yeah.
actions have impact. But in a respectful way, I'm going to say, when you hit him or her, that hurts their skin. What was the problem? I have to teach
Yeah.
problems. Why did you hit? What was the problem?
Right.
And sometimes when you say what was the problem, children just say their emotion,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
They say, I'm mad. You have to get down to, why are you mad?
Why are you mad?
What can we do about that next time you're mad? Instead of
Yeah.
hitting, what can we do?
Right.
And how can we now make this person who's mad at you for hitting or sad that you hit them,
Right.
how can we make them feel better? So it's, you're going to come to me. We're going to talk about the impact of your action. We're going to talk about what we can do next time instead, and we're going to try and help the victim feel better.
Yes.
You, though, if there's a victim, if someone's hurt, you attend to the victim first and then have this
Yes.
conversation. But I bring the child to me and the victim, and I attend to the victim and then turn and say, well, that hurt his skin,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to jump in like in a fury. Someone's getting hurt
Yeah.
and we have to make a quick motion
Yeah.
or say their names loudly.
Yeah.
But then you need to bring your own feelings down.
Yeah.
Do you start to regulate your own, you need to self-regulate, folks. Take a
Right.
deep breath and speak to these children calmly.
Yeah.
Because that's how they're going to hear you.
Yeah.
Punishment, which so many of us experienced as children, it may stamp out behavior in the moment, but it is not teaching.
a long-term solution.
It is not often a long-term solution. It is not teaching the life lesson, the social emotional skills.
Right.
It's just trying to stamp it out.
Yeah.
And the reason that it doesn't work very often in the long term is children will just learn, oh, I can't get the thing I want that way. I'll just try another way.
Another way. Or I won't get caught.
Right. I'm going to attempt to not get caught next time. That's why teenagers who are grounded climb out of windows.
Yep.
I'm just going to
not
attempt to
gonna get
not
caught.
get caught going to that party.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And they learn that sort of, not system, thinking, that way of thinking of,
Yeah.
I'm not going to get caught. They start learning it at very young
Yes.
ages, including those infants, those mobile infants who crawl away from you,
Yeah.
did something that you don't want them to do. And then they try to get another way.
Yep. Yep.
Just saying.
Yeah.
All right. I hope that helps to clear up for everybody. What are the characteristics of a positive approach? And if you have any comments or questions, you can reach us through our website, howpreschoolteachersdoit.com, or you can go to YouTube where we have a QR code by Allison's head where she's moving out of the way.
Out of the way.
You can hold up your camera on your mobile device and you can go to where there are links to all of our work.
Yep.
If you think of a link that should be at that QR code, but you don't see it or you would love to have it, please let us know. Contact us either through our Facebook page,
Yes.
through Messenger,
Yeah.
or through our website.
Yeah.
Okay, preschool peeps. Catch you next time.
Bye, peeps.